Hello there, just a quick video to show you how to convert a shipping container or old office cabin. Um, Myself and my wife have one here. We've lived in it for 5 months last winter and the insulation's pretty bad on it, so we're doing a bit of a renovation here now. There's not many videos on YouTube probably to show you how to insulate it without using spray foam, which is really expensive. So I'll just show you inside real quick. So this is the inside of the container. As you can see, I've got started putting some real insulation in there. It came with like a drywall plasterboard, and then in behind it was this kind of cheap styrofoam insulation. It's not much good. So what I've done is took off all the drywall, stripped it back and put in this extra term 25mm insulation. Now one thing that we came across last winter when we lived in here was condensation problems, and a bit damp. So what we figured out is that the floor, once we pulled up the floor, the lino, you can see it down here by the door, there was quite a bit of wet and damp, and some of the timber here rotted away. Now how that happened was the floor here, the timber was up against the steel and there was no air gap or airflow in there at all, and that kind of made the damp, all the water condensed in behind there, and it just started getting the floor all damp. So the best thing to do if you're laying one of these floors yourself is to leave a small gap. I'll show you here. Just get a light in between the timber and the steel. It leaves airflow up in behind the insulation. So really what you want to do, if you're not using spray foam like closed cell insulation, which is quite expensive, next best thing is to basically build a shell inside of the steel and leave a cavity in behind your insulation, and leave the airflow up through that, and that should help stop the condensation. There's not a whole lot on YouTube. Kind of most people just spray foam it, but I was given a quote of like €1,600 to spray foam this 10x20 container, whereas all this extra term cost me €300. So quite a big difference there. That's about it. The containers, we bought this a couple of years ago. It used to be like an off-site office kind of cabin, and as it comes, like, it's basically just steel, then this styrofoam studded out, and then drywall or plasterboard over that, which is fine for an office or cabin, but no good if you're living in it full time. So that's why we're basically renovating this, putting in some new insulation, and I'm going to reboard over the walls with wood rather than plasterboard. Looks a lot better. So yeah, that's basically it. Just a quick video to show how to basically insulate it without using spray foam. You just want to set your studs about an inch or two, probably 2 inches away from the timber, enough to have a little cavity in there with some airflow, and then set your insulation in between the studs like that, again with a cavity behind it. Same for the ceiling, and then on the floor we're going to put joists across the way, and then set this extra term flooring insulation in between the joists, but still a cavity between this floor that's here now and the insulation, just so there's more the airflow there, so you don't get what happened here, where it got damp from condensation from the wall. So yeah, that's basically it. Hope you found some of this useful for yourselves. It's handy little way to live if you're building a house or anything like that. I mean, as I said, we lived in it for 5 months and it was just fine. Like we, as you can see, where we are is a pretty nice area here in County Wicklow, Ireland. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. See you guys around. Any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you.